Buddy, this is Anthony James DeLuise reporting to you from Vitruvian Videos. As above, so below. It is 12:08 p.m. Central Time in New York, New York, October 10th, 2015. Today we're going to talk about the sanctity of love and marriage and union. This is something that I've thought of very much and have come to my own concepts and formulas of. This is my opinion on what I feel a real relationship that leads to marriage should be like. In our day and age, there's so many sensory pleasures, so much gratification, and you have two types of people. You have people that become codependent on relationships and never want to be alone, and they kind of just create these fantasies within people that they want to be with. They make them into an image of themselves or an image of what they want it to be. Or even so, they just stay in relationships because they don't want to be alone. And, they create the fantasy of being in love. Okay. Now, there are also other people who are more independent, and they don't really see the aspect of being in a traditional relationship or even marriage. There's so many different things they can do to, feed their soul and get these gratifications. So they don't do it, they just go out and they do those projects. So you have your codependence and you have your independence. So I also have this feeling that in this generation and day of age, they don't take marriage sacredly as much as it used to be. So easily infidelity is portrayed in our music and in our movies, and in old times and older generations, music was more about the union of love and the falling in love and the poetry and romance of love. Now it's more of the attributes of a relationship, but it's like very, very surface attributes. People change the idea of being with someone into a business deal, like how this person looks, how this person talks, their job, their status. And now you're basically signing a business deal, and you're trying to paint a picture of something that you can't project onto people to become. If they are who they are, that's who they are. You love a person for who they are and you build with them. I believe the sanctity of marriage should be teammates. You work together, you learn how to strengthen each other's weaknesses together, and your strengths become stronger. And you experience life, and you travel, and you learn together, and you create life together, and it's beautiful. That's what love should be. It's a partnership. That's why it's called having a partner. It's not what you want. People have selfish things that they want out of a relationship. It's very selfish. They want certain things that they want, and they only see one side of the story. And because of past relationships, they tend to project those past relationships onto new relationships. And once a person starts to act or seemingly act in certain signs of an old relationship, they throw up the white flag and they're just ready to, basically they surrender to the fear of, okay, I give up, I don't want to be in love no more, I don't want to be with this person no more, I give up, I throw in the flag, basically. Now, you shouldn't do this because relationships take time to develop, and even in time, you still don't know a person for a few months or even into a year. It's still not long enough. Some things people have are very layered, and it kind of comes out in a time release, and you learn more about them. I'm not saying you should ever stay in a relationship that's really, really toxic. But I'm saying if little things happen and you're ready to run away, then that's not good. Now, I just feel that relationships have building processes: mind, body, and soul. If there is some sort of imbalance in any of those, the relationship is not going to work. Those are the key factors. That's the trinity of love. You're able to communicate on a level, and even when you get into arguments, you're able to communicate on a mature level to solve these disagreements. Also, body, physical, sexual. You guys vibe sexually, connect sexually, And it's not always about sex. And also, it's mostly about how you're able to be in each other's space, physical space, and not cause any discomfort whatsoever. And then soul. Basically, just how a person makes you feel. If you just want the person because of the attributes, and you feel like your soul is not being fed and you have to look elsewhere to feed your soul, those are very, very, very big signs, as well as physical pleasure and emotional pleasure. If there's something off, people tend to cheat, but they don't want to be alone, so they stay with the person, but they cheat because they're not getting that soul feeling, feeding essence that you get when you're in love, when you have that connection. It's not draining. You don't feel draining. You don't feel drained. You feel fed. Anyway, that's just my belief of a sacred love. This is Anthony James DeLuise. From Vitruvian Videos, and thank you so much.